For the last time this decade, off we go from Chicago. Short kick, fielded by the Bears, Rashid Davis. And he'll only get out to the 27, 28-yard line on the return. Keith Farwell, great special teams player, over there to make the tackle. So here comes Jay Cutler. Those 25 interceptions. You've heard the number mentioned quite often anytime someone discusses the Bears. It equals the NFL's second highest single-season interception total since 2000, when Brett Favre threw 29 interceptions in 2005.
Mike, he also has 19 touchdown passes, 60% complete. I don't want to bury him yet.
Nope, and you know what? Watching the Baltimore game last week, the Bears lost in Baltimore 31-7. They had two good opening drives that self-destructed with turnovers. The first run is for Matt Forte. It's about 3. After the gain of 3, here's Cutler's first pass of the night. Oh, and it's nearly interception number 26. It was in and out of the hands of Ben Lieber, the linebacker. We'll have third down coming up.
Well, here's another picture of Jay Cutler late down the middle and just forcing the ball inside. You're going to see the Minnesota Vikings play zone defense, and these linebackers just read Cutler's eyes. And you just said, what, 25 interceptions?
25.
That should have been 26. That's not a good start.
And again, he almost made up his mind. He was going to throw inside to Greg Olsen. He had Earl Bennett going down the seam. He had an opportunity for a big play.
Olsen in motion, 3rd and 7. And Cutler's shot is knocked down. It'll be 4th down. Easy stuff for Antoine Winfield, and the Bears go 3 and out of the gate.
It's easy to be critical right now of the Bears offense, but I think that's a great start for the Viking defense. They did not play well last week against Carolina to their standards, and this gives them an opportunity to set Brett Favre up with great field position.
Good season for Darius Reynaud, returning punts. Brad Maynard has a groin problem. We'll see how his kicks go tonight in the cold. There'll be room for Reynaud once he gets his hands on this 43-yard punt. With a marker down, Reynaud is down. Well covered by Nick Roach and Corey Graham of the Bears. And we'll hear from Gene Steratore, our referee, for the first flag of the night. We'll see where Favre and the Vikings will take over. As Brett comes back to a place where he has played so well and so often, but in different colors, obviously. All his division days with the Packers. And part of the intrigue is how Favre will play in the cold weather, because he used to be great in cold weather, but of late, he has not done as well. And here's Gene.
During the kick, personal foul. Number 21 of the receiving team blocking a player out of bounds. That 15-yard penalty will actually be half the distance to the goal. First down, Minnesota.
Asher Allen was working on one of the gunners, and once they get out of bounds, you can't hit him and keep him out there.
You'll see Asher Allen, number 21, being pushed out of bounds. You got to let him go right there.
Wow. And Graham adds to it by still coming up to make the play. So Tommy Harris tries to get him fired up for Brett Favre, who continues to extend his NFL record. Consecutive start, 284. Longest streak in the history of the league. And from the 13, Peterson. Loss of 3. Tommy Harris leads the charge.
That is great to see Tommy Harris. That's the guy we've been talking about all week. The most dominant defensive tackle in football in 2006, coming back from an injury. Take a look at Tommy Harris, his ability to penetrate and get off the ball, get rid of Herrera and make the tackle. Tommy Harris, when he comes all the way back, Chicago Bears fans will be very happy, Jaws.
Yeah, he's only playing about 20 snaps a game. If they get him healthy, you can see he can dominate.
Officially a loss of 2. Second run, Peterson. Officially loss of 1. Lance Briggs. So 2 of the big defensive players for the Bears, Briggs and Harris, make plays on Adrian Peterson. Jaws, do you think we'll see a lot of Adrian Peterson tonight?
Yes, the Minnesota Vikings need to get Adrian Peterson heated up. He needs touches. Brad Childress told us last night he needs between 20 and 30 touches. The same number of passes he'd like to get out of Brett Favre.
Got to run the ball a lot better than that.
Just an FYI, we'll get to the lineups in a minute. Bears down their 2 starting safeties. Shotgun run, Chester Taylor. Shy of the first down, Hunter Hillenmeyer, who's played all season in the middle for the injured Brian Urlacher, makes the tackle. And like the Bears, the Vikings go 3 and out to start.
Dominant start by the defense of Chicago Bears. That's what Lovie Smith wants to see. This defense has not been good against the run. In fact, they're 26th against the run. They know they have their work cut out for them tonight against Adrian Peterson. That's a good start. And I know they're happy to see Tommy Harris make a play like he made to open the game.
Devin Hester out. Earl Bennett returns punts, took one back for a touchdown last week in Baltimore. 49-yard kick. Bennett catches it on the dive at the 40, and that's where Chicago will take over. That's Forte to the left for a couple of yards.
When you talk about Hester, these Chicago Bears are very young and inexperienced at the skill positions. When you look at Earl Bennett, number 80, he's really a rookie player, although it's his second year. This is his first year playing. And Johnny Knox is a 5th-round rookie out of Abilene Christian. Devin Aromashadu. These 3 guys are very inexperienced, and that is very hard on Jay Cutler in itself.
2nd and 9, and a second year back in Forte. Big rookie season, runs through the Minnesota defense. He'll be a 3rd and manageable. 3rd and 3. They leave Forte in to block Allen. Cutler gets away and gets it complete to Desmond Clark. To the 26-yard line, 1st down, Chicago. Gain of 27.
Well, the Vikings got good pressure right here. Jared Allen, who's had big days against the Chicago Bears. Take a look at him against Chris Williams. You see Forte get a good chip. The relentless Allen almost gets a sack, but Cutler does an excellent job getting outside of the pocket. Big 1st down for Chicago early in this football game. And
historically, this is where Jay Cutler does his best work, outside the pocket.
5 minutes in, after the game's first down, Forte has room. Takes Griffin to the 19-yard line. Good gain in front of Cedric on 1st down. I mentioned Forte had a very good rookie season, 379 touches, ran for over 1,200 yards. So things were feeling good. This year, Ron, not the same productivity from Forte.
Yeah, and a lot of it is attributed to the offensive line, Mike. It really is. You know, he's lost a little bit of his quickness as I've studied him, but there's been far too much penetration by the defense into the backfield, and he really can't get any momentum going.
Good 1st down gain of 8. Cutler with a rocket shot that is caught at the 10 by Rasheed Davis. Just the 5th catch of the lead for the former Arena Football League player.
One thing about Jay Cutler, he's always been very streaky. I've seen this guy get hot and stay hot, but he has a cannon for an arm. That's an excellent catch by Rasheed Davis on the outside.
Ball is touching the 10, so Lovie Smith's team is 1st and goal. Forte left to the side the 2 tight ends were, but they didn't get great blocks, and Lieber makes the tackle on a gain of a couple. Well, among the many stats that have not worked for Jay Cutler, red zone struggles at the top of it. NFL high 6 picks thrown down here.
Well, that's the inexcusable statistic right there. You're taking points off the board. You cannot turn the ball over in a scoring zone. He turned it over 4 times last year in Denver with interceptions. That's 10 picks in almost 2 seasons. Got to be careful down here.
Yeah, and only 47% complete. Very low completion percentage.
Forte dancing through the middle. We'll have 3rd and goal coming from the 4. There's Jared Allen, who's the first guy there, along with Jimmy Kennedy.
So Jimmy Kennedy's been a great story. They're really pleased with the way he's played, but they're asking a lot more of him tonight. Pat Williams has been a Pro Bowl run stuffer, and Jimmy Kennedy's going to have to really step up and serve that role tonight, particularly in these goal line situations.
And he's been to 3 straight Pro Bowls. Williams. Bears spread it out on 3rd down. Cutler throws incomplete. Trying to get to his tight end, Greg Olsen. Fans wanted a flag on Lieber. Do not get it, and a field goal attempt is coming.
Yeah, again, this is an area where Jay Cutler has had some problems. He has a tendency when he gets back in that pocket to get a little bit frenetic. John, panic a little bit, throw off that back foot, and not get the ball out of his hand in time with the wide receiver. You got to be really quick in the red zone, and that's contributed. That speed of recognition has contributed to those 6 interceptions that he has in the red zone. He's got to be quicker.
Robbie Gould from 22 yards. Bears on the board first, and Robbie Gould is now 2nd on the all-time Bears list. Matt Forte was good on the drive for Chicago against that Minnesota Vikings defense with 5 carries and 21 yards. Cutler hit a couple of big passes, and the Bears on the board first. Chicago lost the game 4 weeks ago, November 29th in Minnesota, 36-10. Favre will see what kind of field position Percy Harvin, the electric rookie out of Florida, can give him. Returning this kickoff in the 5. Harvin, who's only touched the ball twice in the last 2 weeks. Injured and inactive a couple of weeks ago and a couple of kick returns last week. Vikings 3-and-out first drive. Chester Taylor gains about 3.5. And Favre on 2nd and 7, complete to Rice. Sidney a first down across the 40. Peterson's back in. And on play action, Favre out of the back, or complete to Rice. Gain of about 8 for Sidney.
Well, I tell you, Brett Favre does an excellent job using all of his receivers, and they move the launching spot. Take a look at the good fake to Adrian Peterson. He comes out clean, makes a good, accurate throw, and Sidney Rice continues to have what I think is a Pro Bowl season.
Second and 2, Darian. Complete into Bears territory at the 44 as Favre changes that to a pass, and they get the first down. After 3 straight completions, stretching it to the edge, and Peterson with a hand in the face of Tillman. And John, the presence of Peterson, if you laid out the perfect scenario, that was it when we saw the play action pass. The ability to throw it, because that guy's such a threat.
Well, that's been this way around here for 3 or 4 years. The big thing is, let's get Adrian Peterson going as a running back. This guy has not taken off in the last 5 weeks. We have got to get him to the corner, just like they did right there. Adrian Peterson has got to come alive running the football for the Minnesota Vikings to become a force in the playoffs.
The 37, Favre scans and delivers to Shanko. He's caught 46 balls this year.
You know, we talk about eye manipulation, reading the coverage. That's what Brett Favre can do as well as anyone in this league. He can move people. Here, he looks to his left. Doesn't like what he sees. He knows where his people are. Now watch him shift his eyes to the right. That's playing quarterback at this level. Know where everyone is. He finds Shanko.
Look at the pass protection. That's the one thing they haven't had here in the last couple ball games, is that kind of protection. If the O-line can give it to Favre, Favre will reward everybody.
Percy Harvin in, bottom of the screen. Favre, like shotgun run, Peterson. Gains only a yard or so. Good play by Marcus Harrison, second-year man out of Arkansas, combined with Alex Brown on the tackle. You
know, so often we talk about the run setting up the pass. The pass can set up the run. Throw the football, loosen up the defense. All of a sudden you saw the play action pass. The defense begins to worry about it. They worry about the play action. All of a sudden it begins to open up for Adrian Peterson.
Favre out of the backfield. Peterson first down. Dragging Tillman to the 16, but a marker down on the far sideline. Throwing about 5 or 6 yards from the line of scrimmage.
Nickel formation. Offense. Number 12, an eligible receiver, was covering number 87, also an eligible receiver. 5-yard penalty. Replay second down.
An alignment flag on Percy Harvin.
You know, both of these defenses play a lot of zone coverage, and they played it for a long time in these systems. And both quarterbacks tonight are going to have to be very patient and throw the ball underneath, as you just saw there to Adrian Peters.
2nd and 13. Rice in motion. Favre bailing out, in trouble, lost the football. And it's covered up by Nafahutahi, the fullback.
Well, just as I say that, Lovie Smith dials up the first blitz of the night. Watch it coming off the weak side of the formation. And you're going to see McKinney struggling to the outside, and right up the middle again is Tommy Harris.
Incomplete pass as Favre was throwing it, the hand motion there. He got it out as a forward pass before his knee hit down. So he was motioning it, and the officials do call it. Now they talk about it for a minute.
And John, you nailed it. You got Tommy Harris matched against Nafahu Tahi. That's a mismatch. Tommy Harris, much too big, quick, and strong for Tahi in pass protection.
Take one more look. The fans reacting to the replay. Lovie Smith's in conversation with the folks up in his booth if they should challenge this or not. Now, if he threw it, did it get to the line of scrimmage? It should be grounded.
Well,
The
they
game
got Tahi
clock
right in front of him.
operator, please reset the game clock to 2 minutes, 22 seconds. 2:22 on the game clock.
You know, guys, isn't he in the pocket? And it depends if there's an eligible receiver there or not.
Nafahu Tahi was right in front of him, number 38. Okay. You'll see it right here. Brett's going down. He tries to flick him the ball. That's Brett Favre, classic. Incomplete pass.
Yeah. Eligible receiver not looking for the ball. Had no idea it was behind him.
It's called being a good quarterback.
It was intentional but legal. 3rd and 13. Favre pressure. Now he lost the football. And now the Bears have it. Israel Adonijah the pressure. Tommy Harris the recovery. And the Bears turn over the Vikings. 3-time Pro Bowler Tommy Harris gets the recovery. Israel Adonijah had the pressure, but nobody touched Favre as he spit it out.
Well, if you watch a right guard, Anthony Herrera, he is really struggling tonight. Here you see Israel Adonijah just beat him with a speed move to the outside. Brett Favre has no chance. Herrera has really struggled at right guard here in the first quarter. And I go back to the defensive line coach of the Chicago Bears. It's Rod Marinelli. I was with him 4 or 5 years. This guy knows how to coach pass rush. And Tommy Harris and Israel Adonijah are off to great starts with that middle rush. Vikings got to shut that down.
And Josh, you see on that play, that ball came right out of Favre's hands.
Scored it out of his hands.
Scored it out totally. Forte with a run here. It's a decent first down carry, gain of 4 yards. I want to come back to that in a second because we talked about Favre's recent struggles in cold weather. Josh, we were down in the field before the game. Handling the ball, it's like a rock right now.
It's hard and it's slippery. I mean, there's a little bit of a dew on the turf. The ball is cold. In fact, we were grabbing some balls and they were slipping out of our hands. My hand's not as big as Brett Favre's, but clearly the ball did have some slickness to it.
No huddle look here for the Bears. Greg Olsen, the tight end. Good catch. And a first down into Minnesota territory to the 40. And if the Bears needed some scenario to play out to be in this game, they're getting it through the first quarter.
They're getting, and I love the play call, design, and execution. The movement out of the pocket by Jay Cutler. This is reminiscent of his great years with the Denver Broncos. Get him on the edge. Get the tight end involved. That's when Cutler is at his best.
After the gain of 16, Forte. Jimmy Kennedy gets him in the backfield. Loss of a yard. John mentioned Kennedy before. He was the 12th overall pick by the Rams in the 03 draft. Things did not work out. Problems there. Popped over to the Jaguars for a year, and now here with the Vikes.
And Chicago is going to jump into the no huddle. They want to try to get after this rookie middle linebacker, Jasper Brinkley, and force him to make some communication errors if possible.
Cutler steps up, takes off. Through the tackle of Mediu Williams, and a couple of yards shy of the first down. And man, the fans need something to get behind their quarterback with, and then Cutler just gave it to him on that run.
Well, Jay Cutler's 6'3", 233 pounds. He's a big fella now. When he gets that momentum going downhill, he can move some people, and he did.
Good start for Cutler and the Bears, leading 3-0 over the Vikings. This is a 3rd and 3 run with Forte. Keeps it alive, gets out the back door, and gets the first down. What a run by Forte.
That was all Matt Forte. The Minnesota Vikings had the line of scrimmage defended beautifully. Forte bouncing, looking. And you'll see it right here. A little stretch run to the right. Penetration in the backfield by Edwards. All of a sudden, Forte comes to the backside, finds just a little crease to pick up the first down.
Well, the Vikings got to tackle better. That's 3 straight plays they've missed a tackle, and that's the thing they wanted to improve on tonight. That's not good enough for this style of defense.
The 28, Cutler had that slip out of his hands and ruled an incomplete pass. So we talked about it with Favre as well. Roberto Garza, the guard, was backing into him as well.
Well, it was going to be a run. That's what it was. That's what we see so much of. The component of the running game are these smokes and storks and nows where there's a running play call, but if the corner is way off a receiver, the quarterback will stand up and throw him the football. The guard was pulling. That's why he ran into Jay Cutler.
Throws complete to Desmond Clark, the second tight end. Jasper Brinkley, the rookie, takes him all the way back beyond the 40-yard line. Didn't like Clark not letting go, and Desmond comes back at Jasper.
Well, Jasper Brinkley's a rookie, but he played like a 10-year vet right there. Was not intimidated, didn't throw a punch, was very calm when it got close to being an illegal hit.
There's a lot of pressure on this young man, but you throw a little stick in there to the tight end, and Jasper Brinkley, he stayed with that tackle 35 yards. He's smart there. Pull off. These officials, they're paid a lot of money to look for anything late.
Well, Brad Childers told us he's a thumper, so he wanted to thump somebody.
Brinkley off the field. 5 defensive backs here for Minnesota. 3rd and 6. Vikings bring pressure. Cutler got rid of it quick. Olsen didn't turn around, and it's 4th down.
Miscommunication. Jay Cutler was looking for the hot read. Greg Olsen was not.
Well, it's a weak side blitz. You're going to see 2 Minnesota Vikings blitz off the weak side. The Bears are going to be 1 short, and Olsen's got to turn and look for the ball. Those are plays that the Bears fans don't like at all. And personally, Ron, I can't stand that either at this stage of the season.
Well, what don't you like about it? Just he's got to turn around and catch a football.
Well, you got to get it done in the game.
Gold good from 22. Gold solid from 42. Robbie Gold kicks it away, and Harvin has to go back and get it at the 1. Good speed and a big hit on Harvin. They'll stop him at the 24-yard line. Danielle Manning helping to lead the charge. Favre turns it over last time. Vikings take over at their own 24. And here comes Peterson. And he stopped after about a gain of a yard. This Bears defense is involved and engaged here early on. And let's see, guys, as this game goes on, if Percy Harvin gets involved. He's been out for a week, came back and didn't touch it from scrimmage last week. They need to get him as a part of this offense again, Ron.
No question about it. They've got to start trying to manufacture some big plays. They're staying with the running game. Right now, the Vikings are staying with the short pass game. Eventually, they're going to have to go max protection and take their shot down the field. And usually when they do, it's Percy Harvin they like to look to.
Harvin's missed a lot of practice the last couple of weeks because of migraines. Got him checked out at the Mayo Clinic this week. They feel they have a good plan to manage them, and he practiced fully this week. Peterson away from one tackle, and Adrian Peterson is very close to the first down at the 39-yard line.
I think the Vikings need to really call on their offensive line. They have struggled, in my opinion, in recent weeks. Bryant McKinney, left tackle, has not played to his standards. They have got to get this guy, number 28, going. And they're just not together like they have been in recent years. Loadholt is a rookie at right tackle. Sullivan's first year starting at center. They have not played to the Viking standards that they've set for themselves in their offensive line.
3rd and 1. Peterson, rather Taylor bounces it to the outside, and Chester gets the first down across the 40 and to the 43-yard line. Chester Taylor, you know, John, we talk about running backs and having a change up. Adrian Peterson's a great back. This guy's pretty good, too.
This guy's really good. Perfect complement. You know, he leads all running backs in the NFL with receptions on 3rd down. And Chester Taylor in 2006 was a 1,200-yard back himself. So they have 2 outstanding running backs, and Brad Childress uses both of these guys effectively.
With 80 runs, 40 passing receptions this year. Well, the 42's far setting up the screen with Taylor. Holds on to the ball as he was being pulled down by Anthony Adams out of Penn State. Good first down game for the Vikings.
Yeah, nice little change in formation. Percy Harvin was in the backfield, somewhat of a decoy to kind of get that Bear defense to kind of look over to their right, and then they came back with the screen to the right of Brett Favre. Well executed. Well, look at the hustle by Adams. That's a big old tackle at 310 pounds, chasing a running back from behind.
It's a Chicago Bear effort. Lovie Smith has really done a great job coaching effort, particularly on the defensive side of the ball.
That's a coach effort.
Still Taylor, the running back, drawing it near midfield. Hillenmeyer comes up, makes the tackle. Drew, when you lose a Brian Urlacher, you lose your middle linebacker at the start of the season, that sets you back so much, and we don't talk about that enough.
Especially Brian Urlacher. That guy's a great middle linebacker. Plus, he's the tempo setter of this football program here. He sets the tone from an accountability standpoint. If you don't execute a run fit or an assignment, you got Brian Urlacher in your face. And you can't replace that, nor can you replace his sideline-to-sideline playmaking.
Hillenmeyer's done a little bit of that. He's been in and out of the lineup during the season. 3rd and 3. Toss, Taylor, nope, not going to get there. Israel Adonijah. And the Bears defense up to the task again. The Vikings will punt.
Well, the Bears love this double A gap blitz on 3rd down. Take a look at both linebackers in the gap. Brett Favre's just going to say not today, and he tosses it to the outside. But that's an excellent job by Mark Anderson, number 97, turning the play back inside, and there comes Lance Brigg, Pro Bowl linebacker. Big-time play by the Bears defense.
See if Kluwe can pin Chicago inside the 10 off the side of his foot. That is awful. Wow. That is going to be in the 15-yard neighborhood. That baby went out of bounds at about the 35. And they'll mark it at the 34. So just a 16-yard punt by Chris Kluwe. Been playing football on this site for 85 years, since 1924. Although the Bears' home for a long time was over at Wrigley Field on the north side. Bears take over, leading 6-0. Surprising start to this one. Khalil Bell out of UCLA with the carry. Bell gained 6 on his first run. And the former Bruin has a first down as he's taken to the sidelines. So 2 runs with the backup running back, Khalil Bell.
But the one thing you see out of Bell, the minute he gets in the game, he's faster, he's quicker, he can get to the outside.
Well, the Chicago Bears really don't have what the Vikings have, and that's a complimentary back. They signed Kevin Jones. They had Garrett Wolf. They bring in Bell now. They need another running back to help Forte, and clearly Bell's done that early tonight.
Cutler. Olsen. Olsen to the 28-yard line. Gain of 25. Bears first down.
Ron Turner,
the offensive coordinator for the Bears doing a nice job of getting the play action into the game. Just a terrific throw right there from Jay Cutler. He finds Greg Olsen in the seam. Now they're hustling up to the line, pick up the tempo. The Bears right now feeling good about how they're operating offensively.
The save is touchdown at the 29-yard line. Still a big gain of 23. He'll pressure Cutler, and he'll throw incomplete, almost intercepted by Lieber. Bell still the back. His alma mater, UCLA, in action tomorrow. To the 23, a good second down run.
I think Lovie Smith made a great point the other night about playing with the lead. This allows him to run the football. You see the blitz coming off the right side of your screen. Once again, Ron Turner has the right play called. But with Chicago holding a lead, starting a little quicker than they have, it allows them to run the ball, set up the bootlegs, the play action passes. It shows the effectiveness tonight.
And a good play. They ran into the defensive end. Ray Edwards backing up because of the zone blitz exchange.
Bears are going to take a timeout here before 3rd and 4 inside of 7 minutes. Out of the Chicago call timeout, 3rd and 4 and a whistle.
A lot at stake for the Vikings, but they're not playing that way.
Snap infraction. Offense, number 57. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
A much more manageable 3rd and 4. The Pruitt's foul makes it 3rd and 9. Vikings back out of pressure. There's time for Cutler. What's he got? Over the middle. Caught by Aroma-Shadu. Devin Aroma-Shadu to the 2. 1st and goal, Bears.
It starts up front. Pass protection. Allowed that play to develop down the field to Aroma-Shadu. Cutler in the pocket. Max protection. Olsen leaves out. Cutler moves around. Finds the window to throw the football into. A little bit high, but a great grab by Aroma-Shadu.
Still Khalil Bell is the back. No huddle for the Bears. 1st and goal. And a whistle. Did Garza move, or was it the Vikings? Was it Williams?
False start. Offense, number 63.
It was Garza.
5-yard penalty. 1st down.
Yeah, you'll see Jay Cutler in the pocket right here. The ball just sails on him a little bit. We were talking earlier about the ball being a little bit slick. It's high, but wow. Aroma-Shadu really gets up there and makes a fantastic catch.
First and goal from the 7. Cutler to the end zone. Touchdown, Olsen. Touchdown, Chicago Bears. Well.
This looks like the Jay Cutler that the Chicago Bears thought they were getting when they made the deal.
Oh, that tight end, Greg Olsen's another former first-rounder. Take a look at Cutler. Little fake in there to Bell. And that is one heck of a throw. No one has ever questioned Cutler's ability to throw the football, but he's making good decisions. They are on fire right now.
That would be an understatement there, John.
Robbie Gould has the extra point. In Chicago, they are rocking Soldier Field as Cutler is off to a great start, and the Bears lead 13-0.
Everybody was talking about interceptions, but this is what Jay Cutler can do when he gets it going. He can rotate the spheroid. Cold weather, windy weather, it knifes through, and he is throwing it right now with accuracy. Again, Jay Cutler, as John said a moment ago, on fire.
You know, guys, I got to be honest. We met with the Bears. You talked to people around town. Did you guys see this in the Bears?
No.
No, I
John?
did not.
Yeah.
Only thing I know is for whatever reason, the Minnesota Vikings, particularly lately, have not been a road team. They have got to find a spark somewhere quick.
This is the largest first-half deficit the Vikings have faced all season. Marvin can get him some good field position. First, he'll be taken down at the 35-yard line. Well, why do you want to be home? Obviously, it's easier to play at home. You're more successful. This team has struggled on the road. 17 points at Arizona a few weeks ago. 7 at the Panthers. Nothing here this week. All the conversation about the offense and audibles and authority and control and all this stuff. And the reality is productivity. And right now, this Minnesota offense is not humming the way it did earlier this year.
Well, think back to the first time these two teams met. The Minnesota Vikings totally dominated the Bears. Totally.
Only 13-0. Still a ton of time left. Let's see what they do on this drive. As Favre gets out of the pocket, sideline throw for Rice. Broken up by Peanut, Charles Tillman, the corner for the Bears.
Well, I think Tillman got away with the little premature contact. It looked like pass interference, but he did not get the call. Brett Favre out on the edge right now. You can see that Brad Childers dialing up some plays, more explosive plays to get the ball downfield. Here you'll see the throw to Sidney Rice. There's definitely contact before the ball got there, but nothing was called.
I didn't miss that.
Greg Lewis is in the game. The receiver caught the big touchdown at the end of the game against the 49ers. Running Peterson to the right, running with authority, but met there by Nick Roach, the linebacker, as they take it to the 40-yard line. We'll have third and about 5 coming up.
These Chicago Bears are really rotating a lot of defensive linemen. You see their rookie, Jerron Gilbert, right there at left end. Gaines Adams playing right defensive end, a guy they traded just several weeks ago from Tampa Bay. They've had some injuries, but they want to see some of these young guys. So far, so good.
Man, how about these young safeties? Craig Stelton, his first start. Josh Bullets now. Boy, you guys are playing well. Safeties are entering in the running game.
They're confused back here in the secondary. Manning now showing blitz. 3rd and 4, he's coming. Favre hums one, incomplete. Behind Berrien, covered by his former Bear teammate Tillman. 3 and out Minnesota. Again.
The Chicago Bears came with the blitz. Brett Favre read the blitz. He had Bernard Berrien on the slant. Just a poor throw by Brett Favre. Here comes the pressure. They're bringing it. 0 coverage. No one in the middle of the field. That's a throw Brett Favre knows he has to make. That's a potential touchdown against the all-out blitz.
Boy, he wanted that one back.
Bad punch by Kluwe last time. A little bit better here. Bennett, late fair catch call, makes it at the 22-yard line. A 37-yard punt with no return. And tonight it's been Favre, but it's also been no running game going for Minnesota. And the offense scoreless so far. And Cutler back at it. And taking a shot downfield for Devin Aromashodu. Broken up. Good play by the safety, Tyrell Johnson, as Aromashodu got free for a second.
Well, this is a beautiful play-action pass. Great time to call it with a 13-point lead. Watch Aromashodu on a double move. Little stutter go, and he had Antoine Winfield, but Cutler, he's got to keep that ball outside. That's an excellent break on the ball by Tyrell Johnson.
You know, Antoine Winfield is an excellent corner when he's up in that line of scrimmage in their cover 2 scheme. If you can get him in single coverage, he can be a liability. He got beat there, but the ball was underthrown.
Good shot to Earl Bennett out of Vanderbilt. Gain of a couple of yards for Bennett, the second-year receiver who played, as you see Winfield in on the tackle. Bennett played with Cutler for Bennett's freshman year. Cutler's final at Vandy. They were so close that Cutler, a pro, came back to be the quarterback for Bennett's pro day. That's how close their relationship was.
How many Vanderbilt Commodores are on the Bears team?
5.
5, yeah. 5 Commodores?
There are 11 Vandy guys in the league. And one was just signed this week. 11, and 5 of them are Bears.
I'm going to say 10, but Mike knew there was one signed this week. He's always a step ahead.
The development department from Vandy has an office here. Forte, hemmed in. Can't get away from Lieber, so the Viking defense responds with an important 3 and out. Ben Lieber, the tackle.
That's just where experience shows up on his Viking defensive line. It's going to be a screen pass, and these defensive linemen of the Vikings, they felt those offensive linemen leave them early. They smell that screen out. There's Kevin Williams. There's Ben Lieber. Big stop by the Vikings.
Chance for Minnesota to get perhaps its best field position here of the night. Brad Maynard punting to Raynaud. Bounces it down and gets some good roll out of it, too. 45 on the kick, no return. Taking over at 32.
Oh, they're 1 for 5 on third down. Not been able to sustain anything yet.
Look at that. A game full of no scoring here for the Vikings over the back end of the Carolina game in tonight's first half. Peterson trying to run with a purpose as he carries Mark Anderson for a few more yards.
I'm sure things got a little dicey on that Vikings sideline the last time this offense came off the field. They cannot be happy. Brad Childress cannot be happy with the performance of this offense right now.
No, he can't. And you got to wonder about some of these dome teams coming outside and playing in cold weather, Ron. You know how it is.
It's tough. Yeah.
You're getting older and you don't like the cold weather either.
John struggles broadcasting outdoor games, we've noticed the last couple of years late in the season.
Those are tough.
2nd and 3. Peterson punt behind the line of scrimmage. Danielle Manning. Well, this secondary, you made the call earlier. Both starting safeties out, Al Afalava and Kevin Payne. This replacements are playing well.
Well, there's an open side run. You're running it to a formation without a tight end. There's no one there to block Manning. This is a big third down for the Viking offense.
And they'll have the 2-minute warning to think about what they're going to do. And they seriously had some 8- and 7-yard completions, and that's been it. 23 of their snaps, 18 in their own end. Favre chase, puts it up, incomplete, and once again, the Bears come up with a defensive stop that is 3 3-and-outs. Mark Anderson with the pressure there.
That's how you shut down a good offensive team. You put pressure on the quarterback and you cover the eligibles that are out in the passing game. There's nowhere to go for Brett Favre. Andy's under pressure. Percy Harvin is covered. No chance.
But the Bears defense so far. Chris Cluey with the punt. Bennett, fair catch. He calls those fair catches very late. Again, if the Bears hold on here, the Eagles will be playing not just for the division, but the number 2 seed. And a bye.
And that means a bye. That's what everyone strives for.
Matt Forte from the 18, galloping through the hole for 7 yards. The Bears have 2 timeouts and 100 seconds on the turning clock.
I think the Bears will be somewhat conservative here, given their 13-point lead, the field conditions, and the fact that everything's gone pretty good in terms of the schedule tonight, Jaws.
Don't want to make a mistake here. I would agree with you, John.
Cutler from the 25 throws for Johnny Knox, who wants a flag and does not get one. Bears sideline working the officials hard. Stops the clock with a $1.19. John, in these situations where you're not in your 2-minute drill, you're thinking about possibly getting into it. Was there a yard line that you would click into your 2-minute drill?
No, I think it's a little more than that. I'd play this a little bit more conservatively because I don't want Favre to get the ball. You've seen these punters struggle kicking the football. I don't want Brett Favre to get the ball with good field position and even have a chance to get something.
Making this 3rd and 3 more imperative. Cutler throws a strike complete to Earl Bennett. First down at the 38. Good protection, too, that time for Cutler.
Yeah, Jay Cutler did a nice job of feeling the pressure from his left side. That's where Jared Allen lines up. He moves slightly to the right, bought a little time, and threw another laser for a completion.
57 seconds. Chris Williams single blocked Allen. Cutler goes out that way. Aroma should do. Out of bounds near midfield. First down Bears.
Aroma should do a nice job once he saw Cutler break the pocket, just uncovering right near the sideline.
I'll tell you what's really impressing me is the work Chris Williams is doing at left tackle against Jared Allen. You know, Jared Allen has dominated all year. Watch the left tackle hop out here with no help. And he's doing an excellent job here in the first half against the premier pass rusher in football, Jared Allen.
Does a good job with his hands. He delivered the blow.
Now at midfield with 50 seconds and a couple of timeouts. And Cutler down the sideline. Breaking free was Knox, but just a step away from a big, big hookup.
Knox has that 4.25 sprinter speed, and he just ran a 9-route or a streak or a go, whatever you want to call it, right down the field on Cedric Griffin. Got to the inside. That's when Jay needed to get a little more air under that one and let Knox go get it. Left one on the field there.
They drafted Johnny Knox in the 5th round for Jay Cutler because they know Knox can run real fast. You pointed that out. This kid can fly.
It's a second down throw for Cutler. Down the seam, Aroma took a hard hit and held on to the 26. Bears timeout with 35 seconds left. Wow.
Well, Jay Cutler's on fire, but give the offensive line credit. They are giving Jay Cutler an opportunity to do what he came here for. Once again, the protection. You see the chip right there by Earl Bennett, and Chris Williams continues to frustrate Jared Allen. And if you give Jay Cutler an opportunity to survey the defense and confidently finish this stroke, he's going to complete a lot of balls in Chicago.
He is heating up right now. He's getting time. What's most impressive to me, Jay Cutler is normally at his best reading one side of the field. Those rollouts, those bootlegs. He had a full field read there. He looked to his left, read the coverage, and had time in the pocket. That was the key.
Being well protected and good productivity from the receivers, including Aroma. Talked to Devin before the game. He was with Miami on the Colts practice squad a couple of times. And he says the time spent around Peyton Manning and Reggie Wayne was invaluable. Finally found a home here with the Bears, and he's paying dividends. In field goal range, Cutler steps up. Going to be tackled by Greenway at the 22. Do you want to take your final timeout? And save it for your field goal. And save it for the field goal. Maybe clock it here.
He's going to try to get one more play off. He's going to kick the field goal here.
Well, the sideline told Cutler in his headset, in his helmet, with the sideline to quarterback communication, let's not mess around with a chance to screw this up. Let's take a timeout. Now, I would have taken the timeout with a few extra seconds because it's second down and a bad snap you can throw away as an incomplete pass, but they ran it down to 3.
I believe they should have run another play. It was about 20 seconds. You can still run a play with one timeout left. Or clock it and then run a play on 3rd down, and you still have time.
Because you don't take the, and Jay, you see, got his hand hit somewhere trying to warm his hand up. Maybe that's why they made the decision. Let's not mess around with this here and have Cutler with his hand bothering him throw an incompletion or a mistake. But I'd leave more than 3 seconds on 3rd down because that bad snap you can throw as an incomplete pass as a holder and get another chance at the field goal.
I mean, I'm looking at these statistics, and it's mind-boggling to me how well Chicago's playing and how poorly Minnesota's playing. I know, John, you and I looked at that tape that earlier game, and we did not see this coming. Minnesota dominated the Bears earlier.
His 3rd field goal of the half. Out of the hold of the punter Maynard. Robbie Gould, what a good bad weather kicker. From 22, 42, and 41. Robbie Gould, a line drive knuckler. It's going to take a while to get down to Harvin, fielding inside the 15, and Harvin with a big return. Got a block and get out to the 40. All right, see if Favre and the guys can get going from the 41. The tight end Shanko, 9 to midfield. Here's Susie Culver on the sideline.
Well, Brad Childress wasn't letting on if it was emotional in the locker room. He said in the second half they need to pick up the tempo, that there's not enough evidence yet that Brett Favre isn't being protected properly, and that his guys really just need to reach down harder. This has been about the Bears, about a Bears defense that came out injured, but as Lovie Smith said, a vanilla game plan that has played really well. And Mike, I'll give you the word on Jay Cutler in a bit.
All right, Suze Peterson with a run there inside the 40-yard line. So 2 good plays out of the gate with Shanko and Peterson to get the Vikings going here. They're trying to pick the tempo up.
And what a tackle by Craig Stelz, his first start in the NFL. He's got Adrian Peterson here in the open field, and you'll see number 20 come in and make the play.
2 snaps and a sense of urgency from the Vikings. Far from the 40. Peterson left. That time he slipped as he put his left cleat into the ground to try to cut Zach Bowman the tackle. Second and 9. Favre checked it down toward Peterson. And that pass is incomplete. You saw Susie's sideline report all bundled up. It is cold. It has been colder. It was much colder for the game we had here at the end of the year on a Monday night. But the wind chill is in the teens for this game here.
And the Chicago Bears are doing an excellent job of disguising coverage. On that last snap, they showed a 3-deep zone right before the snap. Beautifully executed 2-deep rotation. Fooled Brett Favre.
Harvard in the slot, 3rd and 9. Pressure picked up. Favre, rocket shot off the hands of the ex-Bear Berrien. Incomplete.
Nothing going right for the Vikings. That time the Bears looked like they were going to bring the blitz. They did not. They dropped out into coverage.
Well, when you play these double-A blitz looks and you're going to get these guys out of here to play zone coverage, sometimes they can't get deep enough to stop these deep inside breaking routes. And Bernard Berrien's got to pick the Vikings up right there and make that catch.
Bears bringing 10, so Minnesota brings in the guys on the wings to block. Kluwe try to pin Chicago deep. Bennett catches it at the 4 to prevent it from being down inside the 5. They'll save him about 4 or 5 yards. It was a pretty good half for the Chicago offense, an offense that has been much maligned through this season for turnovers and not very productive. They took care of the ball in that first half, did not turn it over, ran 36 plays, 225 yards. Down run from Matt Forte. Gets it out to the 12 or 13-yard line. Susie Cobbler is going to tell us about the injury to Jay Cutler at the end of the half.
Right, and you guys were correct. At the end of the half, the Bears didn't go for that extra play, instead opting for the field goal because Jay Cutler did hurt his hand. We saw him shaking it out on the sideline. And Lovie Smith said that when they went in at halftime, they would check it out. Checked out fine, and he is, as you can see, good to go.
All right, Chiefs, thank you. Stay warm down there. 2nd and 7 here for Cutler at the 12. Forte with Kreutz out there to block. Just shy of the first down as Mediu Williams came up to tag the second-year back.
Olin Kreutz does a nice job of getting on the perimeter and hooking Ben Lieber.
I like what Ron Turner's doing here. He's coming out with 2 tight ends, 2 backs, and they're coming right here at this bubble, and they're running at the uncovered guard. And this is old school. I recognize this Chicago Bear offense. Ron Turner doing an excellent job with personnel groupings and formations in this game.
Just past the 19. That was good enough for a first down for the Bears. 3rd run. Forte through the middle. Kevin Williams to stop. Remember, Pat Williams, 3 consecutive Pro Bowls. Longtime veteran out of the lineup tonight. Ron Turner's offense been moving it pretty well. There's Pat, 13th year in the league, had a right bicep strain a couple of weeks ago. Ron Turner, one of the many people around these parts under heat, criticized for the offense's turnovers, most in the league at 33, only 18 points a game. First throw of the half by Cutler is caught by Aroma Shadu. He's ruled down there, a couple of yards shy of the first down.
What Jay Cutler has had tonight has been time in the pocket, and that has been the key to his success. Here, even on the short drop, ball comes out quickly. Down and away. You see Aroma Shadu on Winfield. Boy, what a catch.
You know, you talk about how cold the ball is, how hard it is to handle. That is a phenomenal catch, low and away.
Yeah, not sure he got it either. Yeah. The Vikings, I do not see a challenge flag at the ready. Nobody throws one, so it's 3rd down. Cutler's throw is incomplete as Johnny Knox got bumped at the line by Cedric Griffin and couldn't win that battle.
That's a real problem for these Bear receivers. You know, Johnny Knox, if he's 185 pounds, that's stretching it. But Cedric Griffin, the big right corner for the Minnesota Vikings, dominates in bump and run. They are fortunate that didn't go the other way.
Johnny Knox cannot quit in that route.
Yes.
You have got to keep coming. That's when the interceptions come. Cutler will get blamed for it, but when the receiver dumps on you, hey, you got to keep coming.
3 and out for the Vikings defense, or 1 first down, I should say. A tough punt for Reynaud to catch, and he couldn't. And it becomes a long field for the Vikings. Bears lead 16-0, 5 minutes through the third. And up the middle, there goes Adrian Peterson. Favre pumps and throws, burying that time, hanging on. Couldn't get out to the 40, but did hold on for a first down for the Vikings.
Brett Favre did a wonderful job there. He audible to a bubble screen, but he had something in the Bear defense. He didn't throw the bubble screen. He threw the slant to Berrien. It clearly was a design play. Favre saw something that you'll see right here. Now he's giving the signal, and it's a bubble screen normally, but he holds on the ball, doesn't throw the bubble screen, and boy, look at that shot into Berrien.
The gain was 13, longest for the Vikings tonight. Play action, Favre loading, deep shot, Berrien got free. Got it out of bounds inside the 25-yard line.
That's what Brett Favre told us last night, Ron. He said he's going to find a hole between the corner and the safety in these 2 deep zones. Take a look at the safety trying to get back. They try to rotate, and Favre is going to throw the ball off play action between the corner and the safety on the outside. I love when a veteran quarterback tells you the night before a game what he's going to do and then does it.
38 to Berrien there. Favre, now a shot to the end zone. Matt flag down as Rice was trying to get back. And Tillman was grabbing him.
We've been waiting for this all night long. Favre to get aggressive down the field. His quarterback rating on balls.
Pass interference. Defense, number 33. A foul occurred in the end zone. By rule, the ball will be placed on the 1-yard line. First down.
His passer rating on balls 20 yards or more downfield the line of scrimmage is the highest in the NFL. He's been throwing the ball very well down the field. Now he's heating up, John.
Where do you get all these stats?
I got all that. Here, want a few?
A couple of big plays and the pass interference. First and goal from the 1. And it's Peterson. Bouncing to the outside for his 16th touchdown of the year.
Game on.
Let's go!
That is big. You know, Adrian Peterson, you don't talk about all these 1-yard runs he makes. Watch him bounce this thing to the outside. No contest. Adrian Peterson, since he's arrived in the National Football League, nobody has rushed for more touchdowns than AP.
Most coaches will tell you don't start playing the go-for-two chart until late third at the earliest, if not into the 4th quarter. So they'll try the extra point, and Longwell's kick is blocked by Israel Idoniji, who has already blocked a kick this year. So it's a 10-point game. Israel Idoniji, the defensive lineman for the Bears, blocked an extra point on November 1st against Cleveland. He gets a second one here that only makes it the 6th that Adrian Peterson scored. You see how long it has been. Nearly 5 quarters since the Vikings had last scored. 71-plus minutes. Danielle Manning returns the kickoff. Past the 30, Manning past the 40. Manning into Viking territory. Chased down from behind at the 35.
Dave Taub, the special teams coach for the Chicago Bears, has had his special teams humming tonight. The block extra point followed by an outstanding return by Danielle Manning.
Watch Daniel Manning. This guy's a powerful runner inside. Look at the burst to the outside. Good open field running. I love the way Manning comes out of the trash.
56-yard kickoff return by Manning. Kellen Davis had that block that looked like a push in the back in super slow-mo. Great field position for Cutler and the Bears. Play action. Trouble. And underneath, Desmond Clark. Out of bounds, the 31-yard line. Cutler under heat there. He has not been most of the night. Forte left. Garza out there trying to block. Forte near the first down. I think he's got it inside the 24. Cutler throws on the run for Olsen, incomplete. They want to hold. They got it. Flag down. The rookie Brinkley in coverage.
That was the key right there. They had Greg Olsen matched up against Jasper Brinkley. Not the guy you want running with Greg Olsen.
But you see Brinkley, number 54, little
Pass
confusion.
interference. Defense. Number 54. Spot foul. Automatic. First down.
You get Jasper Brinkley one-on-one with Greg Olsen. Greg Olsen should win that matchup. But I think it goes back to Ron Turner. Every time he's jumped into this two tight end, two back, one receiver personnel grouping, the Vikings are playing man-to-man coverage. That's an excellent job by Ron Turner, getting back to that personnel grouping to set that matchup up.
Olsen's at the bottom of the screen. Now in motion. First and goal for the Bears. Cutler fell, got it to Forte, who dances through the middle. And instead of a disaster, it turns into second and goal to 2.
That was close to a disaster. Normally, if a quarterback stumbles to the ground, do not try to make this handoff. You'll see Cutler right there get his foot stepped on. He's going down, reaches out. Forte does a good job of grasping the football. Those are ones that normally, when that happens, it's disaster.
A great replay that was. If you was a cartoon, you'd write the bubble, hell!
Your head coach, you hide underneath the cooler.
Olsen comes back to the backfield. It's play action. Wide open. Touchdown. Desmond Clark. Clark's first of the year.
It's play action. They're selling run all the way. Everyone is selling run. And, of course, the Minnesota Vikings are playing the run. And Desmond Clark sneaks out in the corner of the end zone.
Robbie Gould adds the extra point. Percy Harvin hoping to be part of a Super Bowl champion this year. But Minnesota's road to the bowl may be a little colder than planned. Their hopes of being the #1 overall seed in big jeopardy. Down 17 with 6.5 to go. Harvin backed up. He was hit by his own man as he went down, so he was able to get back up, and it'll be marked just past the 26-yard line. Guys,
Don't be surprised if you see the Minnesota Vikings jump right into their 2-minute drill. They have got to get something quickly back on the scoreboard, but the Viking defense has really had it taken to them tonight. They can't get off the field on 3rd down, and Ron Turner's done an excellent job dominating the Viking defense.
Well, here you go, John. They're going shotgun and spreading them out.
Can Favre bring him back from down 17? First shot down the middle is caught by Jim Kleinsasser, the tight end. Is shy of midfield, just the 7th reception, and by far his longest of the year. 21 on the game.
It's a beautiful throw. Seam route by Kleinsasser, who's played a long time. Normally, they're blocking tight end. Take a look at him. He's normally in there to block or play the H-back position. He runs right down the seam unaccounted for. Favre hits him perfectly. Stopped him nicely with the throw.
48. Run to the left. They've hit late on the sideline was Peterson. And that brings some words as Anthony Adams and Danielle Manning were over there. See as they still congregate by the Viking sideline.
I wouldn't want to make that guy mad.
Craig Stelz, once again, been inactive for 4 games, getting the start tonight. He's been making plays in the running game. Right there, you get Adrian Peterson in the open field.
Oh, that's a penalty. I don't know how they don't call that.
A whistle on the sideline here. As the official comes in and getting the correct mark. Gene Steratore says it's a first down.
Well, that's the least you could do.
Right.
The box.
Didn't give him the personal foul.
The down box on the far side. It's second down. Do you guys think that was he out of bounds when he hit him? Was he on the white?
Yeah, no, he's on the white. I agree with John on this one.
We're going to have a conversation here just to check where the mark is and what's going on. Let's see where the ball is and where it should be. I thought, guys, he was still in bounds when he gets hit.
Here's a better angle.
He sure is. He's in bounds. Yeah. That's legal. That's fine.
Okay, Mike, you win.
Come on, this is football.
It is second down and one.
We
second down and one.
Football. His foot's on the line. That's a helpless football player. That's a personal foul. I'm glad I'm up here with you guys because I feel like jumping out of here.
That's Adrian Peterson. This is football. We hit guys. Come on.
I'm not agreeing with you anymore, John.
He was shy of the first down. Correctly administered, second and one. And there goes Peterson again. Look at him. You don't want to get him mad because he will run you down.
He's a piece. I tried to tell you that. This guy has to make a decision every time he runs the ball. When he gets in the open field, I'm either going to make you miss or I'm going to knock you out. And right here, Adrian Peterson is woken up. Oh, I love watching him carry the football. Give it to him again.
Ran over Charles Tillman.
Back-to-back 9-yard runs by Peterson. Vikings offense hitting a rhythm. And Favre complete to Harvin. Finally an offensive touch for Percy in a gain of 9.5. Hillenmeyer the tackle.
I have seen this quarterback, by the way, his name is Brett Favre, pull some of the most unbelievable comebacks ever. So if you're sitting at home and you have any doubt, you might just want to hang around with the legend here at quarterback.
Saw it earlier this year for the Vikings against the 49ers. Peterson to the left. Inside the 20. It'll be first down for Minnesota as we move toward the 4-minute mark, third quarter.
Seeing a little momentum being gained right now by the Minnesota Vikings. Changed their personnel packages. Kind of what I thought they would do in this ballgame. Try to attack those inexperienced safeties. So far, they've stood up pretty good, but sooner or later, those rookies, those young guys make mistakes.
Peterson out there. Favre going to Peterson. With Stelz, the safety covering, and incomplete.
You know, when Adrian Peterson starts heating it up as a running back, sometimes the passing part of this is tough. Take a look at it. The Vikings are going to motion across the formation. And as that formation leaves, Adrian Peterson's supposed to leave and go out here to the right. Peterson didn't get the huddle call, wasn't quite sure what to do, but they were trying to get him one-on-one with that safety man.
He's one-on-one with Craig Stelz,
and he really didn't know what to do.
No.
Chester Taylor runs for 6 to the 14-yard line. You know, you talk about audibles, and that word was thrown out a lot this week. There's a difference between an audible and adjusting a play at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and first of all, Brett Favre, we realize 19 years, this system, he's the master of it. But what Brett Favre is ready to do, Adrian Peterson, a right tackle, Phil Lodeholtz, a rookie, Sullivan's first year at center, they might not quite be as advanced as Brett. So they've had to temper this, and it has caused a little friction, but boy, have they been productive.
The only third down they've picked up is 3rd and 1. Till now, Sidney Rice, first and goal, Minnesota, just inside the 3.
Right now, they're just spreading out the Chicago Bears. Brett Favre signaling to the bench, hey, stay on the sideline. I got what I want. He's not happy right now.
We'll take a look at motion going to the outside. Favre knew he had man-to-man coverage, and it's an easy one-on-one crossing route for Sidney Rice's favorite 6'4" target in the red zone.
And Jaws, good point there. Favre did not want the heavy goal line personnel.
No, he did not.
He wanted to keep them spread out because they're rolling. And they come in, so he has to huddle everybody up on 1st and goal. And it's Taylor to the right. Stelts ties him up and leaves room for Alex Brown to knock him down.
And that's exactly why Brett Favre liked what he had going. He was spreading them out. There were holes, there were gaps, they were open to him. The passing game, the running game. All of a sudden you come back with those tight formations, and the Bears just cram it right back in their backfield.
Well, the Vikings used to be a running team, Ron.
When was that?
Well, forever.
It's a passing league now, John.
Okay.
There we go. See, now is what he wants.
Criticize the play caller.
I'm not doing that.
The difference that was talked about all week, 2nd and goal. Bears bring some heat, and Favre throws a touchdown to Visante Shanko, his 10th TD catch of the year.
Well, I was critical of play calling, John.
That's Y stick. They're going to call this a Y stick pattern. And if you watch Shanko run this route, as soon as he turns for the football, the ball is right in on his cage. Take a look at it. What's the eye contact? Brett Favre lets him see the throw. What a perfectly thrown football in tight quarters.
Anthony Adams just got a hand on it, but not enough as Favre's 492nd touchdown pass rockets through. That time, the punter, Kluwe, who's the holder, didn't bobble it. Brett Favre has the Vikings offense back in a rhythm and heated up. It's now a 23-13 game. You see already in this quarter, much more productivity and crispness from this Minnesota offense.
There's been a sense of urgency as well. They're getting in and out of the huddle. They're playing to Brett Favre's strength. Now they're attacking down the field. And that first half was a short passing game. They weren't protecting very well. Now the offensive line is heated up. So is Brett Favre.
Let's hope this Viking defense can step up. And that's the group that has really struggled tonight.
Last kickoff return, Danielle Manning, 57 yards. Johnny Knox has this one just shy of the 9. And he almost had a big return until he tripped up. And then as he was down on his own contact, he was marked out at the 40 where he was hit.
Yep.
And is slow to get up.
That last drive, Mike, Brett Favre wanted that fast pace going.
Knox injured on the play as he got hit when he went down, and it was a legal hit because he went down not because of a Viking hitting him. So injury timeout for Johnny Knox. Johnny Knox has had a great season here as a rookie out of Abilene Christian, 45 receptions, brought in to return this kickoff, and they almost hit another big one on the left side, but he gets injured. Now you'll see his legs get trapped under him as he's tackled.
Oh.
Good special teamer Heath Farwell was the first one there for Minnesota, and as he hit him, he was down and the ball came out. Now you may be saying he's down on the ground already because they have to bring the cart out for Knox. This is a disappointing likely end to this rookie season for Knox. So let's hope it's not too bad. Doesn't look very good. Yeah, he went down without a Viking hitting him to knock him down, so he was still eligible to get up and run. That's why it was not a late hit on Minnesota, which is of no consolation at this point to Knox. With 6 touchdowns this year, 5 receptions, and a kickoff return.
Guys really stepped up for the Bears. They've had some injuries. We talked about Hester, but Johnny Knox came in here. Forget about number 19, Devin Aromashadu got hurt, and Johnny Knox had to step up and become the go-to receiver for a few weeks. I hope he's okay.
And he brings that speed element to their offense. And you got a strong arm quarterback like Jay Cutler. You can work the deep area as well as the intermediate area, because with a guy like Knox, he'll blow the top off the secondary, create those open spaces in that intermediate area.
This is where the Viking defense has got to get a stop and keep momentum in their favor. Brett Favre and that Viking offense is feeling it right now.
Yeah, I'm with you, John. This Viking defense needs to show up.
Bears take over at their own 40. Cutler feeling the heat, brought down as a marker comes down as well. And that time it was Ray Edwards leading the defense to Cutler.
Holding, offense, number 78. Penalty is declined. 2nd down.
Well, rookie middle linebacker Jasper Brinkley, he's going to walk right up onto the line of scrimmage, and he's going to blitz that A-gap. and create one-on-one blocks everywhere. Nobody comes down and blocks Jimmy Kennedy. That is a great start for the Viking defense, putting Chicago way behind in the down and distance.
Tight hand out to Khalil Bell. He's got Forte. Check that. He's to run for a couple. It is Bell, the rookie out of UCLA. Third and long. Cutler looking for space. Intercepted. Cedric Griffin. And the Vikings get an opportunity around midfield as Griffin loses yards. But a third and long, Cutler trying to make something happen. Throws his 26th pick of the year.
That's the problem with Jay Cutler. If it's not there, throw it away. Incomplete, punt the football, give the Minnesota Vikings a long field. Now they get a short field and momentum. This is what we talk about. We talk about managing the game. Don't hurt your football team. Clearly, Jay Cutler made a bad decision and a poor throw.
Yeah, and if you just look at Lovie Smith, the head coach of the Chicago Bears, that's got to be the worst feeling in the world. That's the last thing you do with a 10-point lead at home is give this guy the ball in this field position. That's inexcusable.
Favre to the Vikings. Great field position as the quarter ends. Peterson takes it into Chicago territory. Fourth quarter at Soldier Field. Bears lead 23-13.
And I feel for that guy. I really do. You know, this whole program has been built on defense, running the football, taking care of the ball. And when you turn the ball over 26 times with interceptions, not good.
Lovie Smith was the coach of the year in 05. Of course, took the Bears to the Super Bowl. They lost to Indianapolis. Any questions about his job future here with the Bears, disappointing at 5-9. Leading by 10 to start the fourth. Peterson stood up by Hunter Hillenmeyer, but he has the first down near the 40-yard line. And you talk about all these interceptions, and Ron, you did this in the pregame. You looked at all 25, now 26 of his picks, and a lot of them, you have the evidence.
Yeah, I got the pad right here, and you know, we're over at NFL Films. I break it down. I'll go to this game, 22 to 25 were his fault. That was his fault right there. Bad decision, bad read. Sometimes the best thing to do is just throw the ball away and live to fight another day.
And it's put Chicago in many short fields and tough situations for a defense missing a few key players. Favre, big open space, and slipping down for the third time this quarter, this half, is Peterson, but a first down.
That's Adrian Peterson. I think that's his 40th catch. Here's a stat for you. That's the 6th Minnesota Viking to have 40 catches or more. That's unbelievable.
From the 40. Pressure by Donajay. Favre got out of that. Threw it. That's an offensive lineman he threw it to. That's got to be intentional grounding. And it is. Donajay's pressure started it. Marcus Harrison coming up the middle. And we've got 3 flags down on the field. Each team penalized only 3 times.
There are 2 fouls on the play. Illegal touching of a forward pass, offense number 64. Also, that penalty is declined. Also, intentional grounding, offense number 4. That is a 10-yard penalty, loss of down, 2nd down.
It's incumbent right now on the Vikings offensive line to pass protect. Brett Favre is calling these deeper routes right now. He's not getting an opportunity to let plays develop down the field. Trying to make a play, but that's not the play to make.
Showing that pressure up the middle. Only one comes. Favre down the middle. Schenko goes up and makes a great catch at the 22.
Well, I'll tell you, when you blitz Brett Favre, he sees it, he communicates it, they pick it up. Watch all the blitzes coming from over here, and they're going to get Schenko one-on-one with the defensive end who's dropping. And I know number 71, Israel Adonijay's done a nice job rushing the passer, but I don't want him covering Visante Schenko on first down and 20 or second and 20.
And the Craig Stelz, number 20, his contact misses Schenkel for the most part, but gets Charles Tillman. And the starting cornerback for the Bears is down and injured on the field. So Stelz got up, Tillman did not. Timeout with the Vikings driving, and the Bears starting quarterback injured. Bears lost Johnny Knox earlier in this half to an ankle injury. And now they have to go back to work against Favre and his defense after seeing a significant injury to one of their key players. It's third down out of the injury timeout, 3rd and 2.
And Corey Graham replaces Tillman. Will Brett go right after him? A lot of times that's what a veteran quarterback will do.
And a run here on 3rd and 2 and stop it with Tommy Harris, a big run stopper in this defense. It's 23-13, so a field goal would make it a 7-point game.
You know, Tommy Harris has had a big night. We told you about old Tommy Harris. You're going to run right at him, and Anthony Herrera allows penetration. Tommy Harris is a force. And if they get this guy playing back to his health, he's as good as there is in this league.
That play was very similar to the opening play of the game.
Indeed.
Brian Longwell used to kick in Green Bay as a good cold weather kicker. Big field goal attempt, 41 yards. Louis got it down cleanly, and Longwell able to bang it through, and it's good. Daniel Manning ran up on that shorter kickoff. Couldn't break away from Heath Farwell and Asher Allen. And Hussein Abdullah tackled down to 27, John. 32.
That last 3rd down and 2 where Adrian Peterson came up short. But I know what Brett Favre's thinking. He sees one-on-one coverage. Sidney Rice against Corey Graham. No safety help. They've got a loaded box to stop Adrian Peterson. I'm sure Favre remembers Mike Holmgren saying, Brett, if you get in trouble in one back, go to 200 jet and throw the ball to Sterling Sharp. Those are some of the thoughts that are raging through this guy's mind. That's what happens when you get 19 years in one system.
Cutler intercepted on the last play from the 35. A run with Forte for 4 to the 39-yard line.
You know, but what Brett Favre has told us last night was very surprising to me. He said he's audibled about 10 times all season long. So that part of his game is not a huge part of it, which is surprising. When he said 10 times, I expected 10%, but he said 10 times all season long.
Cutler, 2nd and 7 throw for Bennett. Earl couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. Now we have 3rd down. Cedric Griffin the coverage.
And it's interesting to see how Ron Turner manages his play calling with Jay Cutler with 11 minutes and change left in this football game right after that last interception. It's hard to call plays when the trust level isn't there. And you don't want to be too conservative, but at the same time, it's got to be tough. And you know what I'm saying, Jaws.
I totally agree with you, John. And Jay Cutler had an opportunity there to get it close to a first down, real low.
3rd and 7, nothing open. Throws it complete to Aroma Shadu. Big first down for the Bears, just shy of midfield.
Well, Cutler makes a play, but he certainly didn't look comfortable in the pocket. As he sets up here, his feet start moving rather quickly. He was looking for somewhere to go. He wasn't reading downfield until he got outside the pocket.
A nice play, and Aroma Shadu is also having a nice night for Chicago.
Sure is. 5 catches, 78 yards for Devitt. First down run for Forte, just a yard to midfield. You saw that stat that was up before. It's been over a half century since the Bears have been this bad in the 4th quarter. No points scored for a month and a half here in the 4th quarter for Lovie Smith's team.
Well, it's crunch time for this Viking defense, and they've got to rev up the pass rush here on 2nd and 9. They need a stop.
Cutler taking a shot down the sideline toward Aroma Shadu. Tried to come back, and a tight coverage by Winfield. No flag.
Well, it's another blitz, and it's man-to-man coverage. And take a look at it. Antoine Winfield does a nice job turning, locating the football. And you see the size advantage that Devin Aroma Shadu has. And he still has a chance to make an outstanding play on the ball. But Antoine Winfield, he does a nice job.
Remember, this is a Bears team without Devin Hester as the most receptions on this team out the last 3 games. Johnny Knox with 45 catches. He went out tonight with an ankle injury, out for the rest of the game. 3rd and 9. Cutler stepping up, trying to get away. Cannot. Brought down. Brian Robinson in there for the sack.
Probably the most surprising about this play is what the Vikings did with Jared Allen. Their pass rusher with 13.5 sacks. They dropped him into coverage. You see to get the chip on Olsen, then he drops out. What a great call by Leslie Frazier, the defensive coordinator of the Vikings.
Brought the safety Mediu Williams to join Robinson to combine for the sack. Maynard punts at the 10-minute mark. Short kick caught by Asher Allen, who is the second man back there to block at the 20. From the 21, down 7. Favre for Harvin. Will they call pass interference? No, they'll say tangled feet, which is not pass interference. Incomplete, and the tight end Shanko limps off as well.
That's man-to-man coverage. Percy Harvin against Zach Bowman. I don't know if Brett thinks Percy's going back outside or inside, but Bowman, who leads the Bears with 5 interceptions, almost has his 6th. That guy's had a good, quiet season here. Zach Bowman out of Nebraska.
Yeah, he really has. That was an interesting route. Normally when you run that post, it's kind of that skinny post and come back to the inside. Harvin kept going straight up the field. I believe Brett thought he was coming in.
The 21, out to Harvin in space. Tied up. Good play by Danielle Manning. Guys in the doghouse after that Super Bowl a couple of years ago. Good play.
This trademark Lovie Smith defense. You made a comment about effort earlier. They do coach effort here. Watch how many guys run to the football and get in on this tackle. There's 6 Chicago Bears. And Brian Urlacher, the middle linebacker who played here all those years, hurt right now. If you weren't in that posse, he was going to get in your face. That's excellent pursuit and effort by Chicago's defense.
3rd and 10. Favre complete to Taylor, Chester Taylor. First down and a gain of about 20 to the 41-yard line.
You know, it's a predictable situation. You get in 3rd and 10, that 3rd and long situation. Defenses will go to a zone. Favre, the wily old veteran he is, he let it expand down the field and checked it down to Chester Taylor.
Yeah, but this 3rd down and long, 3rd down and 10, to check the ball down 4 yards in front of you and let a back rally for a 15-yard gain. The Bears have just not been good on 3rd down and 10 plus this year, and they should get off the field regularly there.
The 3 receivers, they'll run to the right with Peterson. To the 48, 8:17 left. Remember, Charles Tillman, one of the starting corners for the Bears, was hurt on that last series. They were checking on his ribs as he took a direct shot from his own safety, Craig Steltz. Bears already down 2 safeties, so 3 would-be starters are out of the lineup here for Chicago as they try to hold off Brett Favre, trying to rally the Vikings from down 17, where they were with 6 minutes left in the 3rd. Pressure, it's picked up for the moment. Favre gets it complete to the veteran Greg Lewis. Gets it to the 25, a gain of 27, his 8th catch of the year.
Brett Favre in the pocket is amazing. He's got pressure coming on him. He's waving receivers down the field. You'll see him. Checks the play. Hillemeyer up the middle. Look at him wave Greg Lewis to move. Just what composure.
Awesome.
Another play adjustment. Favre slant to Rice at the 13, gain of 12, first down.
Boy, this guy, what's his name? Brett Favre again on Monday Night Football. He walks up there right underneath the center. He sees the blitz. He communicates the protection. He stands in the pocket. Alert, alert, alert. see Hutchinson, the left guard, step down. He throws a laser, as you say, Jaws.
Yeah,
but to see a quarterback see the blitz, communicate the protection, and then be pinpoint with his location, big time.
For the 13, here's Harvin. Got a block. Percy Harvin, first and goal for the Vikings. Ball comes out as he hits the ground, but he got back on it.
Well, I get goosebumps watching this guy. He's not getting a goal line.
No, not this time. Not this time.
Let me alone. He's going to hand it to Adrian Peterson. Don't be surprised on a quick count.
Keep the Vikings spread offense out. And there's Peterson. Walks into the end zone for the touchdown.
I'm going to call you Coach Gruden on that call.
This guy, Brett Favre, look at the excitement. I mean, this ball game, you can say has been turned around by whatever you want to say. But that quarterback, I heard Bud Grant at a clinic, the former coach of the Vikings. He says, son, if you want to be a head coach in the NFL, you need 3 things.
Yes.
You need a patient wife, a loyal dog, and a heck of a quarterback. And not necessarily in that order. The Vikings got one.
An extra point blocked. This extra point good. And in 15 and a half minutes, 17 unanswered points. It was 23-6 with 6.5 left in the third quarter. Brett Favre has done so much in his NFL career. He's never brought his team back from down 17 or more. 0-42. Maybe we'll add that tonight. They were down 23-6. They've come back to tie the game at 23 here in famed Soldier Field. They've had good kickoff returns to the left. Danielle Manning's got a head start at the 20. And there goes Manning past the 40. Manning at midfield. Manning with 1 man to beat. Cut it back inside. All the way down to the 22-yard line. Inexcusable for Minnesota.
Well, inexcusable is a great way to put it. Your directional kicking. Longwell is doing everything he can to kick the ball away from Manning and allow his coverage team to cover. This is not good football on special teams by the Vikings. That's the 3rd big return by the Chicago Bears, 2 for Manning.
And they just opened up a big seam for Manning to get through, but you nailed it. Brian Murphy, the special teams coach for the Vikings, cannot be happy with their performance.
57 and 59-yard kickoff returns for Manning here tonight. Forte stacked up in the middle. This Minnesota Viking defense, a defense that Jasper Brinkley plays in the middle of in the place of the injured E.J. Henderson, now must answer to try to keep the Bears off the board as we approach the 5-minute mark.
Well, they just saw Brett Favre tie this ball game up. The defense has to come out there with a vengeance. You got to take over. You've got to dominate. And as John likes to say, you got to be a force.
It was the Bears with 225 yards in the first half. The script has been flipped in the second half. Jay Cutler, pressured, throws, touchdown, Earl Bennett.
Talk about a big-time throw.
Big-time throw, big-time route, made famous by Sid Gilman, the skinny post, the firm post, quarterback drop backs, 5-step, 2.1 seconds, ball out of his hand. Wide receiver makes that break at 12 yards, catches it 19, perfectly done.
30 to 23. In less than a minute, the kickoff return and the Cutler touchdown to his Vanderbilt buddy, Earl Bennett.
Well, it's going to be a post pattern over here by Bennett, but watch the blitz pick up by Forte. He doesn't do a very good job. What makes this play is Jay Cutler standing in the pocket, getting hit in the face, and making a superb throw. Take a look at it. You play quarterback, Ron.
Yeah, 5th step. You'll see it right there. He plants that back foot. The ball is out of his hand the minute that back foot hits. Once the corner Griffin bailed, you push to the outside, break to the inside, he's dead. When you have timing like that, the play is unstoppable. Sid Gilman, Don Coryell, Troy Aikman, and Michael Irvin executed perfectly. You cannot stop the skinny post.
That's why Earl Bennett went to Vanderbilt. He wanted to catch balls from Cutler. What a great throw by Jay Cutler when the Bears needed it the most.
He caught 79 of them and 9 touchdowns in his freshman year. Became the all-time receiving leader in the Southeastern Conference and gets his second touchdown of his Bears career. What a game.
Can Brett Favre answer?
This guy can answer.
Harvin from the 10. First, see Harvin spinning to open space. And a good open field tackle. Picked up the pace, spread it out more aggressive. Again, 3 starting DBs out for the Bears. Favre has clinically walked it down the field the last couple of drives. Peterson runs for 1.5 yards. Hillenmeyer and Anderson combine.
Here's where the Minnesota Vikings get you. You try to take away these receivers. You try to help your young, inexperienced corners by playing 2 deep coverages, giving them help over the top, and you're light in the box. And they hand the ball to that guy, Adrian Peterson, and he can kill you.
Second and 8. Favre spinning. Outletting Peterson. Adrian first down. Puts his head down. Goes through Manning and gets it to midfield. What's on the line here?
Well, Brett Favre knows he's got covered, too. The line is holding up beautifully, but watch Adrian Peterson just go through the line of scrimmage and check down, and Lance Briggs has got to rally to make this tackle. If you don't get there when you're playing this Tampa 2 coverage, he'll check the ball down all day.
From midfield, Favre dancing, firing, incomplete. Then they get it all the way to Kleintoss. Remember, I told you Schenkel was hurt on that last drive. They're missing him right now. Second and 10. Jeff Dugan, one of the 3 tight ends, just shy of the first down. 3rd and short coming up.
These Chicago Bears are playing this 2 deep. Take a look at it. In the middle, linebacker Hillenmeyer is going to go deep down the middle, and all Brett Favre is doing is replacing the middle linebacker. It's just pitch and catch. Pitch and catch right now for Favre.
Hurting the pass rush, Israel Adonijah, foot injury. His return questionable. 3rd and 1. Fullback Tahi leads Peterson over the pile for a first down at the 38-yard line.
Adrian Peterson is running like a man possessed this evening. He's got 23 rushes for 94 yards, a couple touchdowns, but he is running violent. Watch him just explode over the pile, up and over to get a huge Vikings first down to keep the drive alive.
When I see Adrian Peterson walking around, I feel like I got to go do 100 sit-ups. That guy is chiseled.
94 yards in the game, 66 rushing in this half. Get close to the 2-minute warning here in Chicago. Favre, high, and almost intercepted. Zachary Bowman, who's got 5, had his hands on what would have been a huge interception.
There's an old drill we have every day at training camp. It's the old tip drill. Take a look at Brett Favre. Again, it's a zone coverage. Watch the ricochet ball off the tip.
Hillenmeyer, Harvin, Bowman.
That throw wasn't there. Brett Favre tried to squeeze that one into a window. That was a screen door. He couldn't get it through.
Second down play action. Favre to Harvin, reverses field. Harvin takes it to the red zone inside of 2 minutes.
They have so many weapons. I don't know who I like the most.
All replay situations are handled by the replay booth inside the last 2 minutes. Each team full complement of timeouts as you see the yellow dashes bottom of the screen. The Bears led this game 23-6 with 6.5 left in the third. Favre and the Vikings have had their way offensively, and if not for special teams, Lovie Smith's team might be in a much bigger, dire situation. But now they're trying to keep Favre out of the end zone in the red zone and trying to win this game and avoid overtime.
Yeah, and we had all those stats earlier, those acetates, whatever you call them, Jaws, where we talked about Favre not playing well in the cold weather. Trust me, there's nothing wrong with this guy in any kind of weather. He's been brilliant in the second half tonight.
It'll be interesting if the Bears come with some blitz pressure. They have played that soft cover 2 zone the last couple drives, allowed the Vikings offense to go right down the field. They need to mix it up a little bit.
Chester Taylor's the running back, and he's motioning, so the backfield is empty. Favre throws it in the middle. It's deflected again by Hillenmeyer and incomplete. A couple of times the Bears have had their hands on Favre passes.
And Favre took a shot that time in the pocket. He just had to get rid of the football. Didn't quite have enough time to let this develop, but he's got pressure, and there's the hit.
And there's Hillenmeyer, who has 13 tackles tonight, has played a strong middle linebacker for the Bears. Taylor on a run, backed out of the hole, only got 1.5 yards. Third down coming up.
We're in 4-down territory right here. Good call by the Minnesota Vikings. The Bears are playing a lot of zone coverage on 2nd and long. They heat the pass rush up. And here you are in a 3rd down and 9 situation. You've got 4 downs.
No Shanko. Kleinsasser's the tight end. Berrien, Harvin, and Rice the receivers. Adrian Peterson in the game. Bears rush 4. Favre fires. Rice the catch. Sidney Rice, 1st and goal, Minnesota, as we get under a minute. And now a timeout is taken.
Well, John, they didn't. Yeah, go ahead. You'll see here Brett Favre. He knows he's got that turn pattern to Sidney Rice on the outside against the quarters coverage. And Rice right on the spot. Vasher could not make the play. They've been playing that cover 2 with those corners rolled up. They went to a quarters coverage with the corners back. Favre read it immediately, as did Rice. Nice window to throw the ball into.
Chicago Bears right now have got to be thinking about using their timeouts to give their offense a chance.
There's Minnesota's timeout. The Bears have a little bit of confusion with personnel here. Steltz, the safety's rotating late. Favre is snapping, throws it out to Harvin, who's tackled in the open field.
Well, Harvin is such a good open field runner. You like get him the ball in space and see if he can make people miss. That play has been successful not only tonight, but all season long.
Josh Bullock's made the tackle. Neither side goes with a timeout, so looks like this series of downs is going to play it out.
If I was the Bears, I'd at least want to take a kickoff the way they've been returning him.
Harvin motions back. Favre fakes it his way. In trouble he throws for Kleinsasser. The tight end caught it on the sideline for a minimal gain. It's 3rd and goal to 6, 26 seconds left.
Well, they bring Percy Harvin in short motion. They're going to fake the handoff, crack sweep to Harvin, and bring Favre around on a naked bootleg. I think Kleinsasser's going to get credit for that one.
Yeah, the knee is down, same as 2 feet, so it's a catch. Holds it, goes to the ground, maintains possession. There. 3rd and goal. In the pattern for Favre. He throws to the corner. Deflected away. Corey Graham. Favre picked up. We're down to 1 play.
Alex Brown had the pressure on Brett Favre. He probably would have waited a split second longer. You see Harvin coming through the pack. The ball just a little bit overthrown. Incomplete. But there was pressure on Brett Favre.
Timeout taken. use their second timeout. 22 seconds left. Essentially, the game has come down to one play.
I think right now the Chicago Bears defensively have to make the decision. Do we rush 3 and play a maximum zone? Or do we continue to play our quarters coverage and trust the 4-man rush? We have got to get to Favre, but the Minnesota Vikings, they're going to put 2 receivers on one side of each of this formation, Jaws, and they're going to work a couple slot combinations and try to see if Brett Favre can wave that magic wand one more time.
Well, one of his go-to receivers in these situations this season has been Sidney Rice. 6'4". The guy has long arms. He can go up and just take the football away, snatch it out of midair. That big guy I would be looking for myself.
There's no Adrian Peterson on the field and no Schenko. He's hurt. Kleinsasser and Dugan are the 2 tight ends. Rice and Berry in the receivers. Taylor the running back. 4th and goal.
No one's on Dugan out here. They better get on him.
Timeout Bears. Lovie Smith saw the hand that Childress was playing, uses one of his timeouts. And John, I always like to ask you in these situations, do you stick with the play that you called once they call a timeout on defense? Or do you come back with something else?
If I really have the play I like, believe me, Brad Childress has a play for this situation.
Right.
4th and goal from the 6, 4th and goal from the 8, wherever it is. If I really like the play I have, I'm staying with it. I might flip the formation, though, the other way.
But he just saw how they were going to match up, which could help him right now for a staff formation. So it could help him get an idea of what the defense was going to do with that formation.
But the Vikings need to call an all-purpose pattern where the primary receiver's in the end zone, the complementary pattern has a chance to score, and they'll have somebody working on the backside in case Favre has a chance to create. But this play right here, again, you have the legend coming out here to execute it. Just hold your breath and enjoy it.
And that's the beauty of Favre, that he keeps all those guys, all 5 eligibles, alive in a play like this.
I still like number 18.
No personnel changes. Here we go. 4th and goal to try to force overtime. Will Favre do it again? He throws end zone. It is Rice. It is caught. It is touchdown Vikings. He's done it again.
They put Sidney Rice in the slot. Give him a little room to work with. Use that 6'4" height advantage that he would have on any cornerback, and he makes the play. What a throw by Brett Favre. You cannot be any more accurate with the football.
Quick look at the replay. And Rice in the back and the catch. And the 2 feet down and possession all the way through. An extra point has been blocked already tonight. Long well to tie the game. Got it. 30-30.
Wow. Vintage Brett Favre with a game on the line. Who do you want to have the ball in his hand more than Brett Favre?
The MVP. He could become the MVP with a performance like this, but let's give Sidney Rice a lot of credit. That's 6'4". This cat goes up and gets the ball. Sidney Rice has over 75 grabs. This guy is a freak. He's a big guy. He's come on here in his 3rd year. Look at wingspan. Put him in the Pro Bowl this year. This is the most feared receiver the Vikings have had since Randy Moss. And to go to Sidney Rice in this type of a situation and have a young man deliver. I know Chris Carter is sitting back in the studio going, that's how you do it. Because Sidney Rice spent a lot of time with Jerry Rice and Chris Carter this summer. This is when you like being a head coach. Did he get it?
Yeah, when they work, John.
And for Favre, guys, touchdown pass, 493 of his career. How many times have you seen him run like that after throwing a touchdown pass? And remember, the Vikings were shut out in the first half. They have 30 points in this
Mike,
half.
don't miss this kickoff.
Nope, Devin Aromashadu's back to get it. Aromashaду to the 25, looking for a crease. Past the 30. Remember, Manning had done so many of the kick returns, but with all the injuries, he had to come out that entire drive. Bears fans boo as the Bears take a knee and take this one to overtime at 30-30. The game-tying drive, 14 plays, 68 yards, 439. And as we had in our Monday night finale last year here in Chicago, overtime. That was the Packers and the Bears, and it was won by Robbie Gould. And I remember that freezing night a year ago because Robbie Gould did exactly what he's doing right now. He went to this right side goalpost and practiced a couple of field goals, and about 6 minutes later, he made the game winner to beat the Packers 20-17.
There are a lot of people in Philadelphia and out in Phoenix and Arizona staying up late tonight.
This is my favorite part where the official explains what's a head and what's a tail.
The 13th overtime of the year. The first 12, the coin toss winner won 6. The coin toss loser won 6. And we'll listen in to Gene Sterling.
Gentlemen, the rules of overtime are as follows. Fourth quarter timing will be in effect. Both teams will have 2 team timeouts, and any replay reviews will come from the booth upstairs. Visiting captain, call the toss, please. Call his head. It is a tail. Which way would you like to kick? Stay where you are. Chicago is running the toss and overseas.
What do they say around the park? Tails never fails. First overtime, both ways this year, either side. The Bears have had great kick returns tonight.
All right, the Minnesota Vikings, they've heard this 1,000 times covering kicks. Inside shoulder force, stay in your lane. Critical right now.
Earl Bennett will return this kickoff. The Bears once won an overtime game on a Dave Williams kickoff return in Detroit. Bennett from the 9. Couldn't get all the way to the outside. The return is good to the 32, and that's where Jay Cutler and the Bears will take over. Chicago led this game 16-0 at the half. They were outscored 30-14 by Minnesota in the second half. And Jay Cutler, who was sharp in the first half, saw an offense stagnate in the final 30 minutes.
And I think Ron Turner and Lovie Smith, they're going to play to win with this offensive possession. They know they can't stop the Minnesota Vikings right now. They have got to do their best stuff right now with the football, not count on getting it back.
Matt Forte in the back, and the Vikings crawl in there.
They load the box.
And Cutler will throw. He'll throw to the side, complete to Aroma-Shadu. Devin Aroma-Shadu into Viking territory, almost into field goal range, all the way to the 35. 33 on the game for Aroma-Shadu.
Oh, I love this. Watch the corner at the top of the screen, run out. The blitz is on, and Cutler's going to drop back to pass, and they're going to throw the ball right in front of Antoine Winfield against a run-out press bail technique. And this guy, Devin Aroma-Shadu, does an excellent job as he's done all night, making plays for the Chicago Bears.
Those are hand warmers falling out of his pockets in his jersey. What a big night for Aroma-Shadu. More yards than he had all year. Forte. An open field play by the rookie, Brinkley. Field goal from here would be 53 yards.
Wow, they call that a fallback tackle, and it's a good thing Jasper Brinkley made it because there was nobody else there.
It was a play they ran earlier with Olin Kreutz getting to the outside, making that seal. There was a lane, but Jasper Brinkley, outstanding diagnosis of the play and recognition, then makes the play.
Robbie Gould's longest field goal is 52 yards. Made a 50-yarder in warm-up, so they need to get him a few more yards. Cutler on 2nd and 10, a flat fire to the tight end. Desmond Clark gets to the 30.
You know the Vikings are going to use some type of pressure here.
So they run out of the gun with Forte, who gets it to the 27-yard line. It'll be a 45-yard field goal attempt for Robbie Gould to win the game.
They set it up right in the middle of the field.
If he makes it, the Saints are the #1 seed in the NFC playoffs. The road to the Super Bowl in the NFC goes through the Louisiana Superdome. The Eagles would control their destiny for the #2 seed and a bye. Remember, Minnesota has 2 timeouts here in overtime. We'll see if they take one. Gould won a game in overtime here last year. This from 45 for the win. The timeout. Good snap. Leaking to the right. No good.
It never came back in. Normally, Robbie Gould gets a little hook on that ball. He hung it out to the right, and it stayed that way.
Everything looked clean. Good snap. Maynard gets the ball down. He just pushed it to the right. And I saw the New Orleans Saints miss a last-second field goal last week. Or yesterday, I should say. And here he comes. Brett Favre with another chance to do the unheard of.
Wow. Brett Favre going, another life. Let's go.
We've told you multiple times, 3 starters out of the secondary for the Bears. Favre and the Vikings have run up 30 points in this half. Favre pressure just dumps it incomplete as he got hit and looks for a flag. And the intended receiver, the running back, Peterson, got hit as well.
Now, they were setting up a screen.
Yep.
Well, it's a well-disguised blitz. You're going to see it coming off the right side of your screen. Favre wants to throw a screen, but Peterson never got out.
I'll tell you, Brett whacked his head pretty good on that frozen turf right now.
Right.
I think he's might be a little bit dizzy.
People have no idea how tough he is. 284 straight games.
You saw Peterson. He was also slow to get up. It's completely legal behind the line of scrimmage to take a shot at the back and prevent it from getting out in the screen. So everything legal on that play. Let's watch Favre on 2nd and 10. Pocket collapses. Favre in trouble and sacked. A loss of 6 as Alex Brown comes in to get his 5th of the year. Former Gator with the chop.
Well, you need pressure at big time, and he got pressure from the Bears. Alex Brown, you'll see him on the backside. Anderson coming there, forces Brett Favre to step up in the pocket, and here comes the sack. Tommy Harris working, Alex Brown working. They collapse the pocket.
They have got to stop the checkdowns that have killed them underneath tonight on 3rd down and long.
3rd and 15. Favre in trouble again. Sacked by Mark Anderson. With a flag down.
Hey, you're going to get load on a hold, I believe, as well.
Holding. Offense number 71. Penalty is declined. 4th down.
Boy, the Bears cranked up their pass rush. You'll see it coming. Mark Anderson up the inside. He just gets tackled by Phil Loadholt and still gets the sack. Brett Favre not happy about that. Never had a chance. You need to pass protect.
Earl Bennett had a punt return for touchdown against Baltimore last week. Chris Cluey kicks it. Kicks it 43 yards at the 38. Met on contact by Jamarcus Sanford. The rookie Sanford, who's made some big special teams plays for the Vikings all year, out of Ole Miss.
You know, they told me Jamarcus Sanford would hit you, and I knew at Mississippi this guy made a lot of tackles, but this is full speed right in your face. That guy's an impressive young rookie player. Clutch special teams play by Jamarcus Sanford.
Possession 3 of overtime goes to the Bears. In case of a tie, the Saints would win the number 1 seed. Cutler from the 36. It looks like he had trouble getting a handle of the ball to throw it towards the fullback Jason McKee with Jared Allen bearing in on him.
Yeah, and Jared Allen's been kind of quiet this evening. You'll see Cutler looking downfield. Look at the eyes. He's feeling the pressure now. Now he's got to load the football. Did kind of lose the football. Didn't have the laces. Just kind of flicked it out there. That ball is cold. It's slick and hard to hold on to.
Allen's been very quiet. Only 2 tackles in the game. Coming up the middle is Greenway. Can Forte take advantage? Now Greenway retraces his steps. And a gain of just 3 here at the 39. So often, guys, overtime. I don't know if you experience this coaching and playing, but you feel like that first possession is going to win the game. And then if not, all of a sudden you settle in, you start looking around. Is this thing going to take 5, 8, 10, 11 minutes? It just has a different feel after you don't get the first score on that opening possession.
And it is sudden death, by the way. They actually say that now.
Gold wondering if he'll get a redemptive opportunity. Vikings bring the heat. Cutler throws late, and it's almost a trouble shot. Benny Sapp knocked it down at a 3-and-out for Chicago.
Boy, third down is really tough in this league. I tell you, when you know the Minnesota Vikings are going to blitz on the strong side of the formation, they're going to drop defensive linemen on the backside. And Jay Cutler's under the duress. He's got to throw the ball. There's zone players everywhere. Excellent call by Leslie Frazier. Good execution by Minnesota.
I'd love to see a built-in post pattern against those zero coverages, John.
Maynard kicks it away from Reynaud, who takes it on the bounce at the 14. Darius Reynaud has some room, but he couldn't get there. A spectacular play by the long snapper, Patrick Manley. Favre's second overtime possession. Peterson, Craig Stelz, the first stop. No gain. 5 minutes of overtime gone. Nobody doing it, and has done this more often. And again, Favre's team was down 17, 23-6, with 6.5 left in the third. He had never rallied his team from down 17 points to a comeback. Brought it to overtime, and really cool as you look around Soldier Field, not one person sitting. 17, here's the swing out with Peterson, chased by Hillenmeyer. Can't get him before the first down. The ball comes out. It's free. Ruled a fumble on the field and recovered by the Bears. And Nick Roach. They'll certainly look at this to see if it's a fumble or not. Overtime, all replays controlled by the booth up top. That's a fumble. That's a fumble. Hillenmeyer punched it out.
What a fantastic play by Hunter Hillenmeyer to punch that ball out. Clearly a fumble.
And of all the great things Adrian Peterson does, that is one of his Achilles heels. Vikings trying to run players out there. They're waiting to see if there's going to be a replay review. They're shocked that there's not. You can use a timeout to give him more time to think about it, and the Vikings are going to take one here. Okay, back at Soldier Field, tied at 30. Again, replay booth is controlling all these replay decisions. They have not reviewed it because they saw it once and confirmed a fumble. So the Vikings took their timeout hoping that they'd get another look. They don't need it.
Well, take a look at it. The Bears are going to blitz the weak side, and they're going to throw the ball hot to Adrian Peterson. Hunter Hillenmeyer's got to make this tackle all by himself. And not only does he get it done, he hammers the ball out of there. That's a big-time play by Hunter Hillenmeyer.
Replacing the injured Urlacher. 15 tackles and that forced fumble. Bears take over in Viking territory. And Cutler takes a shot for the win. Downfield, and it's caught by a Robichaudou. Chicago wins! And the NFC road to the Super Bowl goes through New Orleans.